Annunciation Church. My name is Paul Lattis. I'd like to welcome you all and thank you for attending the Pilaf dinner, the annual Pilaf dinner. If you can't take your wife to Greece, then the next best place to go is the annual Annunciation Greek Orthodox dinner and pastry sale. With music and dancing you will only find in Athens. But we have it here. This year we have a new dance group from Bloomfield Hills, Washtenaw County, Wayne County, Macomb County, the eastern part of the state. They're known as the Kyklos group with 6 lovely ladies and 2 handsome men. So take it away, Kyklos dancers, with their director, John Pevitz.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for having us. Kyklos is a non-profit cultural organization in the Metro Detroit area. So many of us represent many of the parishes throughout the greater Oakland, Washtenaw County. At one point, we're at about 35 members, but because of life and children, our membership kind of comes up and down, and this weekend we've got 8 of us represented. We're going to be showing you a variety of dances from all of Greece. Our culture is rich in traditions, our stories. A lot of it is passed down through music, song, and dance. Almost every dance has a purpose, has a story behind it. And there are over 1,000 documented Greek folk dances throughout the mainland of Greece, as well as Greek villages that were around the Black Sea in the region of Pontos, Cappadocia in Asia Minor, northern Thrace at the time, Anatoliki Romelia, which is up into Bulgaria and the Greek villages there. So we're going to show you a variety of dances to give you a flavor of not only the music, the musical instruments, but the actual steps that go along it. The style is different from region to region. So we're going to begin with a dance, Kalamatiano, which is done throughout all of Greece. It's a pan-Hellenic dance today. But the melody that we're going to do comes from the northern part of Greece, from the village of Florina, to a song, Milo Mukokino. So the style of how we execute the Kalamatino is a little bit different than you would dancing to a bouzouki band at a festival, really lively. So stylistically, the dance is different than you would normally see performed at weddings and other glendia and other festivals. We're going to dance, we're going to go to the island of Salamis, which is just off the coast of Athens, for 2 dances. The Hasapiko, and you'll notice the steps are going to be very similar to something you would see Zorba the Greek, Never on Sunday, but the music comes from Salamis specifically, followed by a men's dance called Kouluriotikos from the village of Koulouri in Salamis. Then we're going to go down into the Kyklades, the Cyclades Islands, to the island of Paros, for a beautiful dance that's done in weddings. The hold of the dance is very unique, where the bride and the kubara are holding hands really tightly, and they're danced by the groom and the best man. And it's a meandering kind of pattern of this unique sirto. And then what typically happens in the wedding, the family members would come up and dance the bride, so you would have leader changes. But now in the village, you have multiple groups of 4s doing this on the island. So it's a unique pattern, it's a unique dance, only done in Paros. We're going to go further down into the Mediterranean, to the island of Crete, for the Sigano and the Pendouzali. And the Pendouzali means 5 dizzy steps. So you can see some footwork, some slaps, and some variations that we're going to do as a group. And then to the mainland, Atsamikos, which is done in the plains of Thessaly and Rumeli, traditionally where they're rooted from. You're going to see a unique version danced only by the women, and then the men will join in to finish off the dance. And then we're going to go to Thrace for our final 2 dances, one called Kalinitikos, which is a unique dance, quick movements, but a lot of spinning, and you'll see it's unique, and it's in groups of 3. And we'll finish with a dance called Xesirtos. The Thracian dances typically have male lines followed by female lines. They maintain a segregation of male and female, even in the villages today. And it's usually the eldest male to the youngest male, eldest female to the youngest female. It's a hierarchy in the village, if you will. So those are going to be the dances. But first, we also wanted to give you a flavor of different costumes from different parts of Greece. So I'm wearing a men's costume from the island of Crete. And Inez, who stay with Crete, is also wearing a Cretan costume. This one comes from the Anoia region of Crete. So as you guys can come out, we can just jump into line. Vula is wearing a costume from Epirus, northwestern Greece, around Yanina area. So this one, again, the patterns, the colors, the amount of embroidery also depicted the dowry, the jewelry that she wore represented her dowry, her availability, what she would bring into a marriage. There's a lot of tradition with what the girls do. Their talent in embroidery shows their status in the community, in the family. Elaine is wearing a costume called the metaxa from northeastern Greece, from the region of Thrace. Again, the colors, the material, depended on the region. Sometimes you'll have real thick wool costumes because of the winter in the mountains. Kitty, Katerina, is wearing a costume from the island of Kefalonia. So a lot more bright colors, light satin materials, if you will. Kefalonia is on the western side of Greece in the Ionian Sea. Has a lot of Venetian influence. So you might see a little bit of Italian flavor into the style there because geographically it's closer to Italy. Vasily is wearing a costume from Thrace as well, black woolen costume. Men can choose between plaid, blue, black and red, white shirts. It's choice. Henrietta is wearing from Thrace as well, the costume Garoti, from the village of Garoti. So the braids, so in costumes today, if the girl does not have long hair, we intentionally built in a braid in the back of the costume to represent. But a lot of times if a young lady let her hair grow really long for years and years, her braid would be that long. And then finally, from the island of Kyklos, Peggy is wearing a costume called the kabadi. Again, the embroidery, the patterns, the scarves are very unique to the island. Kyklos comes from the eastern Aegean in the Dodecanese Islands, and it's just off the coast of Turkey. My favorite, because that's where my side of the family happens to be from. So anyway, so a representation of some costumes. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you.